Hey everybody, Franchise TV. Welcome to a Royals franchise here in MLB 15 The Show. I'm stopping my Nationals franchise that got kind of boring and had some stuff going on, so I took a little break, but we're back to making videos. The Royals are an interesting team. I chose them mostly because they're really surprising. I like teams who are the Cinderella that defy expectations. And they really did so last year, getting to the World Series, an improbable run, really. But they have some nice pieces, but they definitely have areas that can be improved in order to get back and win the championship. The number one area that has to be improved, their starting pitching. Renato Ventura, only 23 years old, but he's the highest rated pitcher at 79. And the rest of the rotation, just a bunch of 77s. So that's just not going to cut it, really. But as far as relieving those starting pitchers, we got a really good bullpen. Greg Holland, the closer, fantastic, 90 overall. Wade Davis and Kelvin Herrera, both under 30 in the bullpen. Relief pitchers, not a closer like Holland is. They're awesome too. So we are going to keep them. Excuse me. We're not going to be trading them. But the starting pitching definitely needs an upgrade. But just going through the lineups here, Mike Moustakas, kind of a failed prospect, one of two trade pieces in this lineup. Lorenzo Cain, we're probably going to use him as a bottom half hitter or a number 2 hitter. You can get on base, he's got some speed, but with his clutch rating, he's better suited for lower in the lineup. Eric Hosmer, a prospect that has worked out, but he only had 9 home runs last year, so hopefully his power will show up more this year. Kendy Morales, really good in Los Angeles and Seattle, and now he's a DH here in Kansas City, and he'll be a good piece for the middle of the lineup. Alex Gordon, one of the best defensive left fielders in baseball, defensive outfielders in general, I'd say, and he's really improved his at the plate performance in the recent years. Alex Rios, getting up there in age, but he's got some speed, got some good arm strength, and got some good bat speed, so he's probably going to be a big X factor in that lineup, but we're not going to have to take him out because of his defense, so that's really good. Salvador Perez, only 24, he can work on his fielding, but he's got a really good bat, probably the best young catcher in baseball right now. Omar Infante, number 2, the second trade piece in this lineup, along with Mike Moustakas. He's already 33. We're paying him $5.6 million a year just to hit 9th and bat, what, 250 I think his average was last year, so I'm probably going to trade him when the time comes for some starting pitching. Eric Kratz, our backup catcher, he's got some power. We're getting him at a bargain at this point, $560K. He's probably going to ask for more money, but he is getting up there in age, so probably going to ask for around $2 million a year, or 1.5. Probably going to give him closer to 1. Christian Colon, good small prospect, third base, utility man, shortstop, second baseman. What you'd expect out of a backup bench infielder. Jared Dyson, terrible arm strength, but he's got some good fielding and speed. He's probably going to be used as a pinch runner mostly, and just to, complete that no doubles defense out there in the deep outfield. Paulo Orlando, he's got some good arm strength and some speed, so he's pretty much the opposite of Dyson in the field. As far as the farm system goes, we have 3 B pitching prospects and 1 B infield prospect. Kyle Zimmer's the top pitching prospect. He's 23 years old, 71 overall already. He's probably going to be around 85 5 years from now, maybe even 4. Around 83 years from now, so he's probably gonna be a big cog in our pitching rotation. I'm saying probably a lot, mostly because I don't know a lot about this team at this point. We're gonna learn about them throughout the series, but it'll be fun. As far as the series goes, house rules that I found on the graduated sliders and Operation Sports for MLB 15 The Show. You can find the link in the description. It's a good rule set, just to make the playthrough more realistic as we go through seasons. Stuff like no changing of staff until the off season, and only promoting and demoting players to rebalance the roster after injuries. And as far as gameplay, not taking any additional leadoffs to steal. That's a big change this year. The AI no longer uses the extra leadoff when they're about to steal, so it's harder to tell. and not visiting them out at the very start of the inning to expedite the reliever warming up process in the bullpen. So just this stuff, not using sponsorships because the AI doesn't do it. That's kind of a stupid move on San Diego. I don't know what exactly the developer's name is, but the developer's part, not to have the AI utilize the sponsorships and you getting an unfair advantage. So we're not going to be using those. So this is just something that I feel like makes it a lot more realistic. You can read through them, and if you're doing a franchise of your own, I really recommend using this stuff because it can really help ground your franchise in reality and bring it away from the arcadey feel that sometimes it can get if you've been playing it for a while. So as far as scouting goes, we don't have some very good scouts. As you saw in the house rules, we can't replace them until the off season. But we're doing 2 pitching scouts and 2 position player scouts. We're going infield, pitching, lefty and righty. But obviously these change every couple weeks going up to the draft. So this is just what we're starting with. But I think they really improved the scouting system in this game over the past couple iterations. It's gotten a lot better. And a new addition this year, GM contracts. The ownership expectations are a little low, I think. Finish over 500 this year. I feel like we can easily do that. And the contract goal in the next 3 years is reach the postseason. I feel like we can do that this year. So to start out the season, at home against the White Sox and on the road against the Angels and the Twins, and back home against the Athletics and the Twins. So we're going to begin with that. Next episode against the White Sox. Signing off. I'll see you then.